Hi, y'all. Thanks so much for joining us on the show today. I am so excited. We have Chad and Glen Huey here. They are involved in all kinds of things music in the Nashville area, and we're just going to jump in. I want to say welcome to y'all, father and son, and I look forward to hearing all the things about your Chords and Crossroads journey.
Yeah,
That's
thanks for
great.
having us.
So,
It's great to
how
be here.
first off, I want to know a little bit about each of you and your music background and and then, how did y'all end up doing all the things that you're doing together? How did that happen? That's the first question.
I think, yeah, I
How
can.
did the two of you decide this is a great gig together? We're gonna pursue songwriting, performing, and now you've got all kinds of things going on.
Yeah.
So
I'll start early saying, when I've played music since I was 6, 7 years old. Got the first set of drums when I was 8 or 9
fun.
years old. Got the bug early. Played drums in high school and those kind of things,
Hmm.
and then experienced the bug of getting in a live rock band when I was a middle teenager and all the way up through early 20s. Played pretty seriously around and just had the bug. And I can't remember a specific moment,
Hmm.
aha moment, but it's just always been a part of my DNA. And from there, moved into writing and recording and met some great people. We grew up just outside of Memphis in Mississippi, born middle Mississippi or down around
Okay.
Tupelo. Had a God-fearing mother that sang in church, did all those things and harmonies, and just was inspired by the Eagles and all the early '70s kind of music that was out, and then got into work and career and those kind of things. Never left music and raised a family. Had 3 kids. Chad's got a brother and a wonderful sister with all grandkids now, and then had a studio in the house. Really, his entire
Oh.
life, and Chad used to slip in the
Isn't that
studio.
normal to have a studio in the house when you grow
Oh,
up?
okay. First, I love how much church can influence kids.
Oh
Church
gosh.
music and just that
Oh,
early
yeah.
exposure.
Yep.
There's so many, and that's part of my story too. But there's so many people out there who are in music now, and that's their beginning. And then the fact that you had it in your home, raising your kids and having a studio there. I mean, how much fun!
Oh,
Yeah, and
it's
that's kind of where it picks up for me is I never got the slap on the wrist, and I
Oh,
always was welcomed in the studio. It's kind of trial by fire. You learn what not to touch and what not to pinch your fingers with and that sort of thing. And like cymbal stands and that sort of thing. So I just got free reign in the studio. He was recording on tape at that point, and so we were analog growing up until I don't know when was the change. It was 20 years ago or something now, but that was really cool to see music just right there in the household and get to play drums and learn by ear. So I never took a lesson. I took piano lessons when I was younger,
mhm.
but I never took a drum lesson or anything like that or a guitar lesson. It was all uh, just fumbling my way around in the studio and then obviously meeting folks and starting to play out and just gaining that experience. But church was huge for me. Watching the drummer at church was
Mm.
awesome for me. And I was so inspired by music and I was so moved by Christian music. And that led me to playing drums in church. I'll fast forward all the way
Oh,
up to 2012 when I met my wife and we got married. The pastor came to me after the wedding. He said, "Hey, I saw some pictures of you in that wedding reel of you playing drums. Do you really play?" And I said, "Absolutely, I really play." And
so
it
fun.
was just a door that God had placed there, and
Hmm.
obviously you have to walk through those, and you have to receive that.
Yes.
And so I walked through it. I was the Sunday morning drummer for Germantown Baptist Church for 12 years, and that really blessed me in
Wow.
wow.
so many ways. I can't even tell you. Not just learning how to sight read and learning or getting to know some of the best musicians that I know
Mhm.
today, but it was just a great opportunity to serve the Lord. And what I gained and what I got in my life was all, fruits of that, And so at some point, I have young kids now. I do want to jump back into playing at church, but we have
Yeah.
our hands full with
Yeah.
what we have going on
Different
now. So
seasons,
different
right?
seasons. Correct. Yes,
Okay, I
absolutely.
love so much. First of all, I love that you allowed your kids to come in and just
Play.
play. I
Yeah.
mean, what a great what a
Yeah.
great playground.
Yeah.
It is so funny because his older brother Matthew is kind of our metalhead in the band. He loves like heavy metal type music. My daughter's more into R&B and hip hop and rhythm, and is a great dancer. I mean, she dances uh, extremely well in those. And then Chad grew up. I told you earlier, I grew up with John the Baptist and John Bonham, and the early when Zeppelin came out, changed my life, and Elton John playing piano and all those great artists. And then Chad grew up with like Blink 182 and was kind of our alternative music.
Oh, punk rock was the scene when I was growing up.
So it was just such a healthy mix of music, and to say, we're in Nashville now, and country music was always kind of a staple. I played in early showcases with a gentleman named Bob McCarver. He was a DJ on an AM radio station in Memphis, and he did showcases, and his daughters would play, the McCarver sisters, and I was in a band, the backup band behind them, and it was kind of open, the early stages of an open mic, where anybody out of the audience could come up and play, and we played the VFW Club in Collierville, Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, I
And I
love
think
that.
we got paid $10, and we ate that in hamburgers on the way home, kind of thing. So it's just always been there. Country music has been a staple, and I think country music, it all really came from gospel and blues, and
Yeah.
people wonder how these songs, Tennessee Whiskey, how do those songs inspire and hit me so hard? And I say, man, that's blues and gospel.
That's my roots.
That's the roots. It really is.
I'm my brain is still back on having access to those instruments. I'm sorry. I'm like, because I started taking piano in school when I was 6. So first grade, had a little keyboard. We had upright pianos in the classroom. And I'm so grateful for that. But the thought of just having that freedom, because you gave a legacy to your kids and also showed them what you love and let them develop it on their own. And that's so great, because the way we can play in life and then learn what we like and what we don't like.
Sure.
And so often, kids it's like, don't touch that. Don't go in there. No, you're not allowed. And that's amazing.
And it's actually taught me the lesson of letting my kids do that. So we have a jam room or a music room in my house now, and I play drums every single day to various songs, and they dance, and I let them play, and I let them pinch their fingers on the cymbal stands. You know what I mean? So I just let it all just happen naturally. We have guitars and bass and piano and all that stuff. And Oakley is naturally kind of gravitating towards singing. And so she grabs the mic, and to turn on a PA and hear yourself in a PA, it's just really cool. So,
Oh my word.
and then Jackson's he's kind of all over the place. He's piano and drums. He'll just be my rock star, so
I
they
love
don't know how
it.
great they'll have it being in this area
Mhm.
of Franklin, Tennessee, or the
Well, and
Nashville area
it's second
itself.
nature to
Mhm.
them, like it is to you. I mean, what a great thing to pass down, where you just go, yeah, it's just my life. It's and whatever they choose to do with it,
Sure.
and like whatever
Yeah.
you would have chosen would have been fine. But that exposure, I guess, is just really stunning. I love that.
And whether he knows it or not, he was really like,
I'm seeing that look.
he was really like, don't do music. You can't feed a family of 5. Don't do music. But I wanted to be my dad. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's every boy wants to be their dad. And
Yeah.
so, regardless of what he told me, that's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be just like him. I saw him play behind the drums on multiple gigs. I remember going down to different festivals, and I didn't know what was happening. We were all going down there and having a good time with mom and the family and all
Yeah.
that. But now I look, he was just taking gigs and picking up as a hired gun drummer, and so now I do that. And so I know exactly, he was
Oh my
just,
gosh.
I don't even know if you guys were doing charts. He's like, hey, Glenn, can you play tonight?
didn't do charts.
Yeah. We didn't barely rehearse. So it's just cool to see it all kind of come down through the generations,
Well, now I wish y'all brought a drum set. I'm just saying.
I actually
that
have
would've
one in
been
the car.
cool.
I
You
carry it
do?
everywhere.
Well,
We've got
Just
lots of drums in the studio.
Yeah, we like to
Well-
collect vintage drums, and that's been a blessing and a curse because we have no room for other things.
Takes up a lot of room.
Yeah.
yes.
But we like pre-70s Ludwigs, and we try to go to all the drum shows. There's a good one here in Nashville, and
Oh
so
my
we
word. I
um,
don't know a thing about drums. That's fascinating. I had a friend in college, because I was one of my attempts at playing the guitar, and I played the piano. And then I had this friend that was a drummer, and he would come over and he would try, and on our coffee table, he would try to teach me how to play the drums on the coffee table.
rudiments. Yeah.
Mm.
It's a good
was
spot to
n-
learn,
No,
actually.
it was not. It was not pretty.
Okay.
He was like, you got to get and I'm like, I can't get it. I'm
Yeah.
trying. So I'm very impressed with I love I love drummers. Okay,
I say
random.
all music is God inspired, and God knew what He
Yes.
was doing when He gave us a heartbeat and that rhythm that drives us
And the
Totally, I
breath,
together. So,
love
and
so
that.
yeah.
drummers have an inside look to that and that rhythm of heartbeat, and I think that's what it drives us. Why all music is God inspired, and especially the rhythm side of that. That's
Hmm.
why it touches us so much.
Okay, that is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay, I was going to ask you a random question. And now, oh, okay, favorite drum solo, quick.
Oh,
I said
drum solo.
random
So
question.
there's a Santana Woodstock of '67 where they had this kid that was like, I don't even know his name because you put me on the spot, but he's like 17 years
I
old,
did.
and he does an amazing. What's the song? Oh gosh, I used to do it all the time in my cover band, but I'll get back to you on the
I'll
exact.
add it in the show notes. How about
Yep,
that?
add it in on
Or
the show
one of
notes.
the
Yep,
posts.
please. So you have to go to YouTube and watch it. You can
Okay.
do Santana drum solo, and it's probably going to be the top one.
See,
So
there you go.
yeah,
Thank you for
yeah,
answering
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Do you
It's
have
going to
one?
be Bonham and Moby Dick, and Tommy Aldridge was my all-time favorite. A less known drummer, but you've got Peter Criss and Kiss with 100,000 years, and Buddy Rich. Anything. I
Oh,
grew up
Hmm.
on
yeah.
Buddy Rich and Gene
Yes.
Krupa, the old jazz.
Yeah.
Where his left wrist is just unhinged. It's just crazy. Of that. That's where it all started for me, learning jazz and listening to Buddy Rich and all the old 8-track tapes that
Yep.
my mom had. So it was,
I
yeah,
love
just
that.
hundreds of drum solos listening to.
That's so fun. Okay, so earlier you were talking about showcases. And so I'm going to go into what y'all are doing now together because I know you write together, you perform together, I believe.
Hmm.
We do. Correct.
And you have now formed an organization to showcase songwriters. Is that the
Yeah.
right way to do that?
Correct. Yeah.
Because
Promotional
yeah,
company, if
because
you will.
when you said that about going and playing those showcases, I went, "Oh my gosh, that's what you're doing now for
It
songwriters."
was actually the
And
inspiration
that I kind of wondered. That's why I was like, "Okay,
of
I'm going to
that.
connect that dot before I forget because it's y'all are doing so much right now." And I mean, that's where I met y'all. I went to see a friend and got to meet y'all, and now here you are. And as I said earlier, we're now family, so y'all are stuck
Yeah,
with
it's
me.
funny how this community works. We all become friends very quickly.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, like what he was saying, I think what his intention early on was to have a house band or to do some kind of variety show that stemmed off of his past and kind of what
Mm-hmm.
he had seen work. And being from Memphis, it's very full band centric. So when we do gigs, it's typically full band. Here, there's a
Okay.
lot of showcases. It's just you and the six strings,
Yes.
which that's where our name came from, six strings and me. It's just you and the six string a lot of times by yourself. But we wanted to bring that full band kind of variety
Mm-hmm.
show thing where guys could get up there and girls and play with a full band and
Mm-hmm.
really see their songs' full potential. So
I love that.
And on a weekly basis,
Mm-hmm.
we do 3 writers rounds. We're blessed here in the Nashville area to do writers round. It's a common thing. It's not so common
right.
in other parts of the country, Memphis and Texas. We moved here from Grapevine, Texas. I know you're from Dallas.
What?
Yeah, we lived in Grapevine
Oh, we
for
have so
4
much to
years.
talk about after
Love
this.
Texas.
Sorry,
Love
y'all don't get to
Texas.
see it all.
But we're blessed to have the writers rounds, and we were playing a few writers rounds around the community and got asked to host from a friend of ours over in West Haven, and said, this is not going so well. We need more talent. We need more organization. And we jumped in and started hosting. And out of that, we just saw such a need to promote artists and give them a place to play. And young artists, we've
Yes.
seen so many young artists that just started playing out of their bedroom and get up and fumble with a
Mm-hmm.
guitar and play. And now 2 years later, we see that they're so polished and so good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key. If you're going to play, you got to play. You got to play live and get the butterflies out, get the bugs out, and write more songs, write more songs, write more songs. You write a good song by writing 10 bad ones, right? So
Truth.
you get those.
Or 50 bad
That's
ones.
yeah,
Truth.
three chords and the
Or
truth,
or
right?
more. Or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
Yes.
keep writing, and
Mm-hmm.
it just blossomed out of that to us to a second venue, to now a third venue at our good friend Mark Driscoll and Peggy over at Black Dog. So that's been such a blessing, and that's more of a listening room. That's kind of our premiere night on Wednesday nights here in Franklin. But yeah, it's grown out of that, and the name came from Six Strings and Me. I said, when you're out there in the lights are on and you have a
Oh,
microphone and it's just you and the guitar, right? So you know that as a songwriter, it's
yeah.
just it can be a humbling experience.
It just all hit me though, the way, and we were talking about the fact that the two of you, your name when you're out performing is Jonny and Clyde, and that was your grandparents'
My
names.
grandparents, yep.
Yeah. And now I love how Six Strings and Me, because we do live in a rich community with all of this. And it's hard to describe it if you don't come experience it.
Yeah.
There are so many talented people here, and I really love that y'all do that for people, that you give them that opportunity to get out there and play and be seen and be in front of people and kind of learn how to navigate those butterflies, because I think there are so many people that, writing can be a lonely
Yeah.
business if you don't have somebody to write with. And if you're writing, a lot of people, that's, therapy. We were talking about therapy earlier. Writing is a lot of therapy in your bedroom or wherever, and for kids or through hard times. And
It is.
so you're in there all by yourself, and then you get up in front of people, and it's just got to
I
be
said
shock.
it's a community of introverts trying to be extroverts, right?
Oh my gosh,
And content
that is
You meet
creators.
a lot
that
of
is so good.
songwriters.
Yes.
Songwriters are
Typically
right.
introspective and that sort of thing. And even me coming from Memphis, I did a lot of solo writes, or I wrote with him. And so getting in different rooms, I had to figure out
Mhm.
where I fit in. And not only where I fit in, but where I fit in for that day, because I may not be the lyric guy for that day, but I'm realizing like I don't have to be, there's good
Yeah.
enough people to carry that weight, and I can be the melody guy for that day, or the drum guy and just have the beat.
Co-writes.
Okay,
So
that's really a gift. That's
I,
a
I
gift to have that wide of a variety, to be able to come into a room and offer all of that. I think
Yeah, and I
that's
think
cool.
there's so many guys, it's like the coaches that don't do X's and O's well, but they recruit well. You have to compensate
Exactly.
for the things that you don't do well, and so I think that's over the last year, I've kinda taken a step back from the writing rooms and taken a look at, like, where I fit in and who my tribe is and that sort of thing, and with this Six Strings and Me thing, selfishly, I've gotten to know a lot of good songwriters. So it's been really, really advantageous for us to just uh, stretch ourselves and get better at writing and playing ourselves. So, and going back to how it started, we were just playing these rounds, and so we were just trying to get a feel for the scene and trying to get out and meet people. And the first place we played was the Skylight Bar in
Oh my
at the
word!
Factory in
Yeah,
Franklin.
yeah. I was like, I
Um,
know. Wait, I know that name.
yeah, and
Okay.
so we
That
met
was
a couple
2 years ago.
and
Yeah.
we met a couple guys there that we still chat with today
That's
and talk with.
awesome.
And a lot of the folks that play our rounds today are day oneers, so we've known them since those days at Skylight Bar. And so we wanted to put something together as artists, where we could kind of serve the artist, things
Mhm.
that we saw throughout our tenure and our career, playing and whatnot. Like, what do we like to see and what do
Mhm.
we like to feel? And I think one thing that was not mentioned was an enthusiastic audience. We want the audience to be
Yes.
enthusiastic and all this stuff. So it's our job to bring a good audience and to get you guys fired up about the show, to give these artists that experience of like good feedback and all the good feels that come with a good show. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
you can,
y'all do that well.
I would
You do
hope
it
so. Yeah,
really, you do. That, I mean, like I said, that's where I met y'all, and I was just like, who are these great, I mean, y'all do a great job of getting the audience excited to listen and hear the stories, and then encouraging people to be quiet.
yeah, yeah,
Because sometimes that can be, I will so often get quietly irritated if I'm out and I'm trying so hard to hear who's
sure.
playing and what
Mhm.
they're saying. And so y'all do a great job setting that scene too, when it's the Six Strings and Me,
And I
and
think
not the full band. I mean that too, but more when it's one person and their guitar,
mhm.
that has a whole different vibe to it, that, hey, let's listen in and be
We
part
hear
of
that
this.
from
And
songwriters all the time. Playing the bars and the places in Broadway where it's a loud environment and it's a restaurant and it's a good time, and they get sometimes too calloused to that.
yeah.
Of
And
playing in the
just
loud places. So when they come, yeah, they come with us. They enjoy the community. They enjoy we love on them, We take a lot of pictures and we provide content. I put pictures out every week of
But
all
they're
of our
family,
rounds.
like what you said. It's like your family now,
It's
you
like
know?
family.
Yeah. Well, y'all do it really, really well. And I've been to a lot of rounds around and so I appreciate what y'all do so much. And so okay, there's one other thing I'm forgetting we need to talk about. Studio.
So we,
Because we need to talk about studio too. So, well, let me back up. So you do writers rounds 3 nights a week?
Mhm.
3 nights a week, Monday
Okay.
night, Tuesday night, and now Wednesday night over at
Okay.
Black
So that's
Diamond.
every week.
Every
Y'all
week.
are doing that
Mhm.
and you're emceeing and all of that and hosting and getting them all there. That's a lot in itself.
It's about 30
That's
artists
why
a
it
week.
takes 2 of us, because
Yeah.
we really 3. We
Well,
have
and
some
I
management
know
and
I
some
know
promoters
there's some
too.
management in the room who
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
my
then we
wife.
do
My
a
I
wife does
hear
a great
she's
job of keeping us all organized,
yes.
and she's a great from a house mom to a mediator to a manager, and she shows everyone a good time,
and a
and it's
mentor
part
to
of
a
my
lot of the
life.
female artists that we have that don't have a mom here in the area because they're chasing a dream. They don't have their mom here,
That's
so
awesome.
she can be
She does a great
Mama
job.
Huey to
Yeah.
a lot of our artists. But
Aw.
it's a lot about what happens. I was going to add to what he just said. It's a lot about what happens off the stage too with us. It's
Mm.
great. Like I get a lot out of the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays when I go and I play. Right, I play my songs out and we have a good feeling song, but there's so many times that I'll leave with some tidbit that happened off the stage, a
Ah,
conversation or being able to witness to someone or just things that happen, like meeting a Damian Boggs that's such a good inspiration and just an
yeah.
older guy that can kind of teach me about the landmines that are out there a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's more about what happens off the stage for Six Strings and me, believe it or not. And that's how we've kind of grown and that's how we've kind of stayed
And
put.
co-writes. We've seen so many artists connect with each other and network
Via
and
the, yeah.
co-writes and the
Oh.
songs when they come back and play a song and say, we just wrote this song last week after meeting at a Six Strings
Yeah.
and Me event. That's really rewarding to see. That's what it's
Absolutely.
all about. I mean, connect them, promote them, put them up. But you mentioned studio. We also have a really nice studio. It's a home studio in Charlene and I's home, and we put that together originally for Chad and I to do Jonny and Clyde, and we've I think 3 of the tracks on our last album was cut there, but we also offer that. I mean, musicians struggle for money. They struggle in having to put most of the studios around town are around $2,000 per song. It's hard to raise $2,000 to put a song out and then drop that out on Spotify or whatever without some help, right? So we're trying to collectively promote artists and give them a place to. We just did a 4-song project for an artist out of North Carolina. Great friend of ours now, Michael Kanzler.
Shout out
He-
Michael Kanzler.
Shout out Michael.
Do it.
But
Yeah.
he came all the way from North Carolina. He did one of our rounds here and came to the house, saw the studio. He said, "I got a cut." So he put a GoFundMe account out on his Facebook and raised some money over in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Came
That is
over and cut, and we did that very reasonable. And he's about to drop that on Father's Day.
It also gives the musicians opportunities that we meet
Sure.
along the way. So
Yeah.
everybody on that project were folks that we met and we were able to pay them for that session and everything like that. So just keeps everything going, you know.
Oh
And
my
it's really
word.
good stuff, really high quality.
Yeah, we'll
I
get you a
love
cut.
everything
Yeah.
y'all are awesome. Seriously, all the
Well, thank you.
things. Really, truly. And I've had several conversations on this show so far about how, this is such a connecting town and you have to get in there and it really is. And the more I learn, the more I talk to people, and the more I do it myself, it's just like this amazing picture. And often people will say, "Why are you still there? Why don't you come home?" And I'm like, "No, I'm where I'm going to be." And that's part of it because I feel like God brought me here. I didn't know all the reasons why at the time. And now I just keep seeing things unfold and new people that I meet and become family and you work together and then you meet somebody else. And I just think it's such a beautiful picture of how we're supposed to do life,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
That's a great analogy.
loving
It
our
really is.
neighbor well, doing good for them and everybody being supportive of each other. And there's room for everybody.
It's a very
And
competitive town, and it's highly saturated with lots of songwriters. That's what we said when we first started. Like the need is great, right? And
Yeah.
pay it forward a little bit for those that need it and want to join and get up and play,
And I think
right?
it's just setting an expectation with a lot of folks. It's like, there's very few people that are going to sell out arenas that, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
In general, it's like being a golf pro. It's very, but you can make a very good living if you dial in your expectations and you really have a plan about what you want to do and who your fans are and how to put your stuff out there. You can make a great living doing what you love. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of people
Well
already
said.
doing it, but hopefully we can inspire some more guys to do that. So with my, experience and his experience, we can kind of temper expectations and we can say, hey, you've got it. You might not be selling out arenas, but there's a space for you, and there's some that are going to sell out arenas. I'm sure of it, so it's just really fun to just kind of work with folks. And, I always think, sometimes you get imposter syndrome, like, why am I put here? But I always fall back on God gave you these gifts and God put you in this position and you received it and you served for you. So I have to always kind of tell myself that you're supposed to be here, and you're supposed to be doing these things and serving others, I think
That's
is the
great.
bottom line, serving others.
I
So
love that. And the imposter syndrome, drives me crazy.
in this town,
I
it's
have it all
easy
the
to
time.
get. Yeah, it's easy
I
to
mean,
get.
it's something I have to fight. So
Right.
thank you for sharing
Yeah.
because I'm like, am I the only one out here that's doing that? But okay, wait. You just said that. How did you say it? I think you just gave such a great nugget for anybody watching who is here and came to town and going, I have big dreams or I have this
Yeah,
I want to do. And then like really trying to keep that perspective.
sure.
You can have your big dreams, but also go, oh yeah, you said like manage your expectations and know I feel like there's all creativity comes from God. All music comes from God. It comes through us. And I really believe there's room for everybody. It is competitive, but there are a lot of people who may come try it and go, this is not, yeah. I mean,
What's
it's
this?
fun.
What's the story? Garth Brooks came in from Oklahoma, spent one night, got told no, went home the next day,
D-
and look what happened. He
Yeah.
came back with a purpose, with a different mindset, like Chad's saying, and right size that. And it's not right size your expectations that you're never going to make it, or you're never
Right.
Correct.
That's
right
not
size your
the
expectations of who you are
Yeah.
now, and where Mark and I always ask questions when we meet with young artists and saying, who's your audience, right? Or if you sell out the Ryman in 2 years, who's in the front row besides your mom, right? Who's
Oh,
your
that's a great
get,
question.
getting getting your mindset to say, okay, there's a business side
sure.
to
There's
this,
analytics
right?
out
Yeah.
there and you can do all that, but you
Right.
can also like create your brand and your identity and really drive uh, your promotions towards those groups and that sort of thing and lean on
Yeah.
others, I think
Hard
is the
work
biggest
pays
thing
off.
too.
It
It's hard.
does.
It's not
It
easy.
does. And the managing expectations part too is maybe for me, what I'm learning too is having a real understanding of what it can take, what all the things can take, because there are stories out there. Somebody walks into town, they got discovered, and boom, they blew up.
Yeah.
And, we all have that, oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome to just do that. It's like, that's not the norm. Not that that can't happen, but also just know that. And then
Mhm.
also just keep doing it. Do
Yeah.
what you love.
I
Yeah.
say it's
Do it
like
for the love of it. Do it for the community that you can form around you.
you're like trying to win the lottery without a ticket.
Oh,
And sometimes it feels that way. It's like, I don't have my tech. I don't. Guess what? I mean, places, people, events like ours and other great rounds around town, there are great people out there trying to promote artists. Get connected in those networks. There's some good and bad. Stay away from the dark side. Stay on the light side, right? Understand people. We're all cautious because we hear the stories of bad deals and those kind of things. But there's enough information, enough good people in this town and in this industry that are looking to help, like Julia.
oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna now follow y'all's example. I'm trying in my own way, and y'all are too. And I love it that we're all out here just trying. And it is good. Can be cautious, and just go where you feel the light and you feel like God leads you, and meet people, and also you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell once you get into it. And so I want to talk about too. what have y'all written that you're gonna play for us today?
Ooh.
Our title track.
I
Because
think we'll
y'all,
do our
yeah,
title track,
okay,
bro. I mean, that's the one we do a lot of times. If nobody's heard us or whatever, that's kind of the one we start with.
okay,
So,
that's cool. Because I
yeah.
know we talked about we're gonna have what's the name of your album that we forgot?
Grow.
I forgot.
It is
but
Grow. Yeah, believe
get
it or
out.
not.
I
And
love
And
that.
Chad's got a great spin on what it's all about. But
it's yeah, the picture we wanted to paint was your spiritual growth in a kind of parallel with the growth that you see in nature. So as far as like planting your seed and roots and then enrichment and growth and all
my
those
favorite line, find you some real good dirt.
which could be the community around you or the places you're in or the
Okay, ties in perfectly to what y'all
Yeah.
were just sharing
Yeah,
about.
grow spiritually,
come here.
emotionally, physically, right? Grow in your spirit. Keep God centered, Jesus centered in your life.
And I think the
Right.
biggest thing is, for me, I'll speak personally, is not saying no, just saying yes to opportunities
Mhm.
because I've been uncomfortable in a million situations since I've lived here, and it's helped me grow. And that kind of just goes back to the song and spirituality and leaning on God and trusting His provision and that sort of thing. So, just not saying no, just saying, yeah, I'm open to it. I'll do the podcast. You know what I mean? And
Okay, and back at you because I had to overcome that the night that I walked up and introduced myself and said,
There
"Hey, I
you-
have a podcast. I'd love y'all to come on."
awesome. Yeah.
And I was like, "Get out of your comfort zone. You gotta go do it."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because y'all were doing your show, and I was like, I'm just gonna go up. I saw a few minutes where it looked like there was a lull with y'all, and so I thought I'll just run over there real fast.
Oh, you're so
and just
kind.
say hi. And
I've had people request songs in the middle of songs. So, I mean, I'm not, nothing
Yeah.
surprises me anymore, but you're so kind to do it that way.
Well, y'all are kind to be here. I'm glad to have
Thank
you.
you.
It's
This is
been a
great. Yeah,
it's
joy,
fun.
and we'll have to do it again.
Please.
Great show.
And
Yeah.
I hope to see y'all, I think, Wednesday night. So,
Yeah.
all right.
see us.
I'm looking forward to it. So, thank you for being here. And now y'all get to play us out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
2, 3, 4.
Bring on the rain. Bring on the rain. Bring on the rain. Bring on the rain.
It starts with a seed, nurture and care. Find you some real good dirt, community affair. Gotta grow my roots, gotta bear some fruit. I feel the sun till I'm dying for the worms in the mud. Out here trying to make my mark and grow my garden and plant my crops. In the river to cleanse my soul, I need me the water to help me grow. Lend me a hand, gonna need me a rake. Give us some rain, dear Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Tend to the best, trim up the weeds. I'm washed in the blood, is what my flowers need. Out here trying to make my mark and grow my garden and plant my crops. In the river to cleanse my soul, I need me the water to help me. Come on, grow.
Bring on the rain.